Hey everybody, welcome back to Family Firearm Reviews. Today we're going to check out the Taurus GX4 XL. Now this is one of three of the firearms in this line. They do have the Toro, they do have the regular GX4, but this is the GXL. This one has the longer slide. So you're going to get a little bit more of a sight radius, a little bit more accuracy out of that barrel, so that's something that's very nice. Now we get down into the features or the numbers on this firearm. We're going to have a 3.71 inch barrel. We're going to have an overall length of 6.43. We're going to have an overall height of 4.4 inches, an overall width of 1.8, and an overall weight of 20 ounces when it is unloaded. Something to be desired is the trigger, in my opinion. It does have a 7-pound trigger pull. We've tested it multiple times. 6.8 to 7 pounds is where it's landing. It does have the bladed safety on there. There is no external safety. So when you depress that trigger, it is quite a bit to really get that trigger depressed. And then when we reset it, it is a short reset. Go through a little bit of mush right there. You can see the take up, but then you've got to push pretty hard to get that trigger going. So that is something that may be a little bit on the desirable side. We also don't have a Picatinny rail on this firearm, so that's something that's a little bit of a downside. But if you do look at Taurus's website, they do have lasers that you can put right on here that are designed for the G4s, and they do give you some discount codes in here for holsters and lasers when you buy this firearm. Now this is running around $429, the $430 range for this long slide version. So it's just right there with all the other, concealed carry firearms that are coming out, these double stack 9mm. So some of the features of this GX4 XL are that it is set up for the right-handed. Right here, our slide release, slide stop can only be on the right-hand side. There's none on the other side. You can swap your magazine release, so you can swap it to the other side. You just can't swap your slide stop, which is kind of a downside of some of these other ones that are coming out. A lot of them are ambidextrous, or you can make it that way very easily. That's a little bit of a downside for this one. Now, some of the other features is it does have that nice metal slide. You do have metal sights right out of the box, so not plastic, so they're going to be a little bit more robust. We have a serrated rear with that front white dot, just like they're known for. And it's kind of cool. They did put their little Taurus logo in the back of the serrations on the back of the slide, which is pretty nice. It's kind of something cool, just a little detail that I thought was a little cool, kind of cute, right? Now the grip itself is pretty nice. You get in there, a good undercut. It's a nice feature on this firearm. You can get high up on this firearm. Even when you rack that slide back, it's not going to come back and give you that slide bite. Now it is a squared off trigger guard in the front. So if you do have longer, smaller hands, you're not going to really be able to get out there as far. It has a decent undercut, but some of the other ones out there that we have featured, they have a better undercut. So that's something that's going to be a little bit of a drawback getting up high on this firearm. Now I don't have the biggest hands, but you can see I'm just barely off the bottom of this mag. So you can see that if we put a mag in there, that extra pinky gives me the grip that I need. So if you run the smaller mag, it's going to be nice. It's going to make it easier for you to strip the mag out. It does have little cuts here for you to strip the mag out, which is a nice little feature for this. On a budget firearm, having the ability that if your mag gets stuck or you have an issue, to be able to pull that mag and strip it out with those cuts is really something that's a great design. The flat face trigger is nice. You can feel very comfortable when you squeeze it. But again, that 7-pound trigger pull is really going to be something I think is a drawback. Now I know there's no safety, so that kind of acts like the safety, but usually when we get these striker fired polymer frame, concealed carry guns, they're around that 5.5-pound trigger mark. This one's just the highest one we've seen so far. Now it does have front and rear serrations, and they are, again, nice and easy to get a hold of. Not as nice as some of the other ones as the aggressiveness. I still have to squeeze a little bit. Some of the other ones, they just grab your hand. And the ones we're talking about if you fired a few different firearms. But you can easily slide check if you're from the front. Now we do have a chamber indicator on the top, like a lot of the other ones out there, so that's pretty standard. The grips are nice and textured, and you do have an interchangeable back strap. So you can make the grips wider. It came with the smaller one on. That's how we're gonna run it today. It does feel fairly comfortable in my hand. I can get a good grip on there. There are good spots for a gas pedal on each side, so you can feel them when you do have your hand there. It gives you a good spot to put your safety. When you put your second hand there, you've got a nice place to put your thumb. So there's a lot of great features that come out of this little budget firearm. what this firearm comes with out of the box is it does come with a nice plastic case. So it does give you something to get it tuned from the range, something nice that way if this is going to be one of your first firearms, you don't have, you know, a pistol case or something that you have other guns to put in. That's a nice little feature. It does come with the typical lock, but it did come with this kind of quirky little keychain, so you could put this on your car keys. I always think things like this are kind of neat. It's very GX4, very Taurus, you know, it's kind of something that caught me off guard. I thought it was funny. You do get an additional base plate you can swap out. Now you could put it on your smaller mag right here. They are 11 round magazines. So you have 111 and then you have 113. This is a +2 base plate. So the mag's only stamped to 11, but Taurus went and threw that base plate on there to give you that +2. And you can see with that +2, gives you that extra grip. So if you have larger hands, it's easy for you to throw that other mag in there and you can easily get that grip strength on there, get yourself a nice high bite and still have room for your lower hand on there. We're gonna run our typical 150 rounds today. We've got our Gecko ammo, our 115s. We have our Federal 115 brass, and then we have our Blazer brass 115. We're gonna take those out to the range. We're gonna check accuracy. We're gonna, you know, shoot around, speed shoot, slow shoot, accuracy, all those good things are gonna get checked today. So that's the important part of the day. So let's get out to that range and get to shooting. We're out here with the GX4 XL, and we're gonna start out with the smaller base plate. We're gonna run the 115 grain Gecko ammo and go from there. Well, it's gonna be a real short review because we just blew out the injector. So if you guys look right here, the firearm just broke. It is live, so I am gonna have to take this apart, but we literally just blew out the ejector on the firearm itself. So I'm gonna say it felt good for the first couple shots, but we definitely just did break that firearm. Good thing they're lifetime warranted. So we've brought this over to the table. It is still loaded. We're gonna unload it here and see what issues there are. The mag did drop free. We got about 4 rounds through. I think 3 or 4, and then, like I said, this broke. So the ejector totally came out of the firearm. It looks like the pin that holds it in may have broken. We're gonna try to unload the firearm safely, keep it in that safe direction. I can't even get it back far enough to lock the slide back right now. So we're having all kinds of issues, right? It looks like my round did get stuck in there, but it looks like it did go off. I can see where the striker hit it. So let me try to unload this firearm. Let me try to push this back a little bit. Maybe that's in our way. Yeah, but we're not even able to get the firearm back far enough to get it locked into place. Oh, there we go. The ejector fell all the way out. So I'm going to say we had a catastrophic failure here. I'm going to hold this by the front slide serrations and try to get this 9mm round out of there, but I'm really struggling here. I just don't want to take it in there if it is live. I don't want to be looking down that barrel or anything like that. So we're going to have to get my finger in there. Okay, the casing is loose and out. All right, so we've got that out. You can see that it's cleared. Yep. So it did go off. So we are safe. We have the gun safe now. I have the pieces here that came apart. It looks like a little spring. So the ejector basically blew apart on our firearm today. So that is not a good thing. That is not something I was expecting or looking forward to. So we're gonna have to tear that down when we get home and investigate that a little more. Right now we're gonna put it away and it's gonna be a very short review today. Sorry guys, but be wary of that. I mean, that is a definite catastrophic failure that is not something that you really want to put your money into, honestly. It's very sad. I was kind of excited about this today. So yeah, I'm kind of awestruck there, but that's why we do these reviews. So you guys don't go out and purchase firearms that aren't up to standard for you. So I guess I'll let you know how this goes with Taurus. I'll keep you updated. So check back for those updates. And then once we do get this back and we do get it fixed, we'll bring it back out to the range and give her a second chance. But today was just a straight dumpster fire.
Thanks for watching our video. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel.
Comment below. We want to hear from you. Get more content from Family Firearm Reviews by joining our Patreon and checking out the links in the description.